Today we're at the National Taiwan Museum, more specifically the Land Bank Exhibition Hall. Built during the Japanese occupation, this building essentially served as the Taipei branch of the Nihon Kongyo Bank, still being considered a heritage site even after the war. Later on, the bank was later converted into a museum, more specifically to store paleontology-related stuff. This extension of the National Taiwan Museum stands today, attracting more than just history buffs. Ooh, this is looking nice. The first exhibit in the museum, at least for the paleontology section, is this very small chunk of stromatolite. Obviously, there's a screen showing exactly what this creature looked like in life. So what you see is magnified because back then, the cyanobacteria was small as all fucking hell. As you guys can probably tell, this museum is chock-a-block full of fossils, even the moment you step into it. One thing I like about Taiwan's museums is that most of the exhibits are placed in extremely clever locations, so you're constantly active. The natural history section of this part of the museum is only 3 stories, which is honestly impressive considering they were able to cram all of that into one tiny space. Not only am I impressed, but I'm also pretty inspired because my house when I moved back to Taiwan is small as all fucking hell, so I'm just figuring out how to actually utilize that space. Don't underestimate Taiwan's interior decorators because they can pull shit off few people could even fathom. Even on the first floor, I was basically awestruck at the size of some of these fossils. The cephalopods, especially the ammonites and the orphacones, look absolutely fucking massive. And this was only the first section of the museum. If that was the first section, the main course was definitely worth the traffic jam. Now, if you would excuse me for a sec, I'll be with you shortly. I just have to admire this beautiful Australoceras. Little velociraptor right over there. I'm not sure if it's Mongoliensis or the Chinese species. Yeah, pretty cute. Man, you're right, you know I enjoy being here. Oh yeah, just want to remind you guys that we're all fish. More specifically, all of the animals you see on land are from the Sarcopterygiae branch of the fish family tree. And basically it means that we're technically cousins with the other fish. Even though this museum is small, it still has a lot of secrets. And I can't stress this enough, having these museums makes me so proud to be born in Taiwan. Now, the reason why I'm not showing you everything is because I want this museum to be a surprise for you. Yes, I recorded the bare minimum, but the bare minimum is all you'll get. I mean, honestly, if you do consider visiting Taiwan, make sure you check this museum out for yourself to see the full deal. So yeah, like I said, I wanted it to be a surprise. That's why I'm showing you only snippets of the full display. So anyways, we're still on the 5th section of the fucking museum. Behind me is the main display. You want fucking scratch that? Never fucking mind, alright? What I mean is that I'm still in the vertebrate section of the exhibit, because the term fish is a layman term. We now move on to the Triassic marine reptiles like ichthyosaurs. Yeah, all of these behind me are ichthyosaurs. It's pretty cool. Moving on to the smaller exhibits of the main display are the beautiful ceratopsians, like this animatronic. Kyle. As for the dioramas, let's not sleep on them because they're extremely well crafted. Not only physically, but also narratively as well. Especially when those dioramas include some of the most beautiful paleo toys, and unlike those owned by that one stuck-up Greek Sydneysider, they're in great condition. A mixture of real fossils, casts, animatronics, and so much more, all working together to make my eyes feel like the 6 eyes. Yeah, birds. The only dinosaurs we actually have left. Alright, so right here, sauropod femur. Right here, Edmontosaurus ribs. Interesting. I made my way up the ramp, soaking every single last detail of this amazing fucking museum. It was truly a treat. Display case after display case of fossils every which way I turned. And as a paleo nerd, somebody who was born in Taiwan who is interested in paleontology, What the fuck isn't there to love? Because even though I know pretty much every single goddamn thing inside this museum, I still feel like it's something for me to enjoy, somewhere for me to nerd out. Museums are designed to look into the fossil records, re-experience the nostalgia of our prehistoric past, and what we have learned for the past few millions of years. After all, while it's true that no species lasts forever, you would be hard-pressed to believe that anything that came after didn't just pick up where those who came before left off. A niche will always stay filled, never vacant for too long. Life is like a relay race. Now, it's always hard for a lot of people, but honestly, who are we gonna pass the torch to when we go extinct eventually? That's the question. What will be the next species to look back in our entire legacy? These are the questions I ask myself every time I step into a museum in Taiwan. A true blue shower thought indeed. Have a go at the size of these cranial teeth. Yeah, these are what whales used to look like back in the Eocene. Absolutely not good to see. If you're wondering, this is a type of Basilosaurus whale. That's pretty cool. Also, never ever underestimate Taiwan's ability to put every single fucking proboscidea under the sun into one place. Every single fucking museum I go to in Taiwan does this. It's absolutely glorious. Alright, so I'm gonna blind guess this for a sec. So, right here, Paleoloxodon huihuensis. Right over there. Any type of mammothus over here, Stegodon. If it's not on the floor, it's on the goddamn ceiling. How they were able to fit all of those on the ceiling of such an old building is way beyond me at this point. Paleontology mixed with the nostalgia of the Japanese occupation? Sign me the fuck up! All of this geeking out made me work up quite the appetite. I'm hungry, and I know just the place. Dino restaurant. By Mr. Fossil himself. Oh, true. You know, even before visiting Taiwan, there is something I've been considering, which I couldn't really sleep at night, is what I'm gonna do once I leave Singapore and move back to Taiwan. So, after careful consideration, being that paleontology is one of my passions and not my biggest passions, I'm considering working as a staff in a cafe in this exact museum. So, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of variables I have to consider, but if I actually am able to make money doing the things I love while also being in a place where I genuinely find extremely enjoyable. And that's basically why I brought you guys here. Is that little childhood playground that I hold so near and dear to my heart as a paleo nerd, especially as an Asian paleo nerd. And from out of the exit of the museum, we go straight into yet another Mr. Fossil outlet. The best part of Taiwan is that they make their gift stores look like miniature museums. Not only do they sell fossils, but they also appeal to the majority of geology branches, especially paleontology. The second floor was really the main entrance, and already as you walk in, I noticed the amount of fossils. Gemstones, plush toys, fucking wet and dry specimens. Holy shit, they have everything. For the second fucking time in my life, I felt like a kid in a fucking candy store. There was so much stuff in this one vicinity, holy shit. Oh, and logistically, I would have bought the entire store if I actually moved to Taiwan by the time I got to this museum. No cap. No fucking cap, I would have bought the entire store. And I have the money. I actually have the money for all of this. The prices are a bargain here in Taiwan, especially when it comes to fossils. Trilobites, shark teeth, pretty much every single fucking cephalopod under the sun. The amount of frothing and drooling of the mouth I had in that store, yeah, you would have got me checked up for rabies because I was about to clear up my entire debit. Bro, I'm just so down bad for paleontology related stuff, man. They literally actually mounted ammonites on a frame. Are you kidding me? I want that. Bro, you don't understand how fucking giddy I am. Alright, if I ever propose to someone, I'm gonna buy them this. I'm gonna buy them a ring. It's not gonna be a regular diamond. It's gonna be either a fossil or some other type of gemstone. So eventually I did get myself a shirt because that was the only thing I had space for, and now we have time to head to the first floor. Oh, these steps are sketchy. Oh, these steps are sketchy. These steps are so sketchy. Oh, God. Oh shit. I would hate to walk up and down these steps. Oh god. Oh shit. And here, first floor. Now, if I want to look for paleo toys, I just go straight down to the first floor. Again, all these paleo toys you wouldn't normally get in Singapore. I mean, I'm not sure if Singapore's just behind, but yeah, I'm starting to notice the pattern here. So yeah, the paleo toys series are going to continue in Taiwan. There's a Sharingosaurus here, and all of these toys are super nostalgic to me. Oh, like they have to collect the toys. Okay, the pterosaur ones are pretty cool too. Actually, in fact, all of them are cool. Wait, what's that silhouette? What's that silhouette? Is that yeah, it's a pterosaur silhouette, but where's it coming from? It could be actually it could be a feature of the actual museum. There was a plethora of stuff in this gift store, so much so that it took me a while for me to leave. I was honestly having way too much fun. I mean, there was a lot of stuff like shirts, hats, magnets, like fucking magnets. Like, holy shit, they have everything. So yeah, what I did was just screw around a little.
He will never survive. It's dangerous, right?
I mean, like, I did manage to walk out of this store, and definitely not empty-handed since I got that shirt. Overall, this has been an amazing trip to this museum, and if I'm gonna be honest, I think you guys should visit this museum as well. It's worth the wait. Now, will you excuse me, I'm just gonna head on back to my grandparents' place, so I can properly wear that shirt I bought. Hey guys, so, yeah, just got back from the museum and, yeah, this is the only souvenir I got. But, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace the fuck out, guys. Fossil preparation course? Sign me the fuck up!